to Hansraj College. Okay, the next speaker, she's had a fantastic journey. A marketer who's come from MICA, learned all about advertising, branding, but decided that what she wants to do in life, true to her name, is to make everyone feel lovely, do lovely, and do good, lovely work. She's Lovely Kumar, runs a business consulting organization which is into, she's a success coach. So, she consults and helps people overcome speed bumps in life, which are called obstacles by many people. She's going to tell how people, you and I, can overcome the obstacles and actually become lovely.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me? I am your final obstacle before lunch, right? I'm going to talk about strategies to overcome self-doubt. Anyone in this room who has faced self-doubt sometimes or the other in life? Yeah? Yes, all of us face self-doubt. Even when we are very good, even when we are getting appreciation from the outside world, there are times when we dig deep in within ourselves, we feel, are we really worth it? Are we doing enough? So today I'm going to talk about human technology. We had a lot of talk about technology and how it can be a partner, and I totally think that that's the way of the future. But I also think that as we become more technologically advanced, we need to work even deeper with ourselves, right? And my journey, by comparison, has, at least in my view, been very smooth. And I'm using a word "in my view" because finally, it is the stories you tell yourself. But I totally agree that gender biasing exists, it has existed, and probably gender bias is within each one of us. So, have I closed this? Research seems to suggest that men exhibit less self-doubt than women. I know the time when I became a mother. I was consumed by self-doubt. And the interesting thing, the question I kept asking myself is, am I a good mother? Let me tell you, your children only have you as mother. Right? And I think from that point in time, I have moved a lot in my thought process in that, hey, that's the only mother they're getting. So whoever I am, whatever I'm doing, I am the best mother for these kids. Very recently, my daughter went for a lunch with her friends. She came back and said, "Thank God you're my mother. I can handle your kind of crazy." And that's true. I'm handling their kind of crazy. They're handling my kind of crazy. So, I think I'm going to talk about 5 success strategies. As a coach, I find a lot of people exhibit self-doubt. I have had situations where their supervisors have said, these guys are really high performance. I see a lot of high potential in them. But, alas, they're full of self-doubt. And therefore, what I really want to talk about is self-doubt and how we can overcome it. The first thing is, whose doubt is it really? Is it your own? Or is it something you've absorbed from society, from the environment? Yeah. Any other reason, any other thing you can think about? Whose doubt is it really? Is it your mother's doubt? Yeah? The speaker before me talked about the fact that her mother thought that these were safe professions. Her supervisor thought that this is inappropriate behavior because she was all over the place. So along with every situation, I have a solution to it. And my solution to it is just return it to the sender. If it's not your doubt, you don't need to buy it. Just return it. There's this very interesting story about the Buddha. Somebody came to him and started abusing him. And he was very calm. His disciples asked him, "How can you be so calm? Somebody's abusing you." And he replied, "If somebody gives you a gift and you don't accept it, whose gift is it? That person has handed me abuse. I'm not accepting it. Return it to the sender." So that's strategy number one. Strategy number two is that your vision needs to be greater than your self-doubt. It is not true that none of us face self-doubt. All of us do. When I started my company in 2011, and despite the fact that I come from a marketing background, and despite the fact that I studied marketing communications, and despite the fact that I tried a business and failed before that, it was still new. But if your vision is greater than your self-doubt, guess what? You can move ahead. One of the things that I learned very early, and I suggest to everybody whom I coach, in fact, almost in every workshop that I do, is to have what they call a vision board. Put it out. Let your family have a look. Right? And that is a small oops. Sunanda, I really need your help here. And I'm just going to say that looks like the vision board down there, right? Light. There is a light, but I'm now not trying it. I'm just being very, very cautious. So that's how it looks, right at the bottom. नहीं, अब मुझे बस pointer ही चलने दो, ठीक है, मतलब I will survive. Your vision has to always be stronger than your self-doubt. In 2016, when I launched Women Lead, we were 3 of us, and we worked with the premise that all of us think, when we are in these fancy rooms, that we don't face gender bias. And the reason we wanted to work with the most strongest of us is because if each one of us pulls up a few more, the impact is manifold. And that's about vision. Success strategy number 3, build a tribe of believers. You have a lot of naysayers. There will be people who tell you, you can't do it. There will be people who say, it's not worth it. तुम क्यों इस पहाड़े में पढ़ रही हो? Yeah? There will also be people who tell you, your place is in the, at family, at your home. You should be looking after your children. But you need to build a tribe of believers. My children actually tell me, thank God you're working. Yeah. Thank God you're working, otherwise you will become a helicopter mother. You've heard about helicopter parenting? People who take parenting as a full-time career. And these days, fortunately or unfortunately, we have very few children. So if you have one child or two children, and you are hovering around them, trust me, you're doing a big damage for them. I want to share a very small example. I think it'll bring some solace to the mothers in this room. My son, when he was about 5 or 6, right, wanted to go for a birthday party. You have these birthday parties, and then there are more birthday parties, and there are more birthday parties, and if you are a working woman, it is very tough to keep pace. So in this particular case, I didn't have the time to buy a gift. It was in ambience for Sankunj. So this is what I told him. I said, this is the Didi who is going to accompany you. This is the driver. And this is the money. Right? Please go to the store. And it was right next to, where he had to go. Please go to the store, buy a gift, get it wrapped, give the gift, have the party, and come back. He managed it, right? The only difference is if I would have gone, I would have probably bought a gift at around 600 rupees. He spent 800 rupees. No big deal. The challenge came afterwards. After that, he always claimed, why do you need to buy a gift? Just hand over the money, I'll handle it. So what I'm trying to say as a mother, when you allow your children to do things, it builds their self-confidence also. And I want all of us as mothers to hold on to this, because there are lots of people who are heaping guilt on you. Be in touch with other mothers. Hold them when they're feeling this feeling of self-doubt, of guilt. And everybody feels the guilt. I've heard that Indra Nooyi feels that guilt. Success strategy number 4. Audit and edit your thoughts. This I got from this phrase is one of my participants' phrase. Obviously, he is from finance, and that's how he came up with this. If you're thinking things, stop, think about what you're thinking, and then change what you're thinking. Audit it and edit it. One of the very good tools to do that is mindfulness. Spend about 5 to 10 minutes a day in what traditionally we used to call meditation. This is a foreign word, but it doesn't matter. The reason I've chosen this word over meditation is because meditation is in a point in time. Mindfulness, you can be mindful throughout the day. Be very mindful of what you're telling yourself. A little earlier in the day, somebody told me, I really like your disposition, that you're smiling. I make sure I tell myself to smile. It takes this, I've heard it takes less effort to smile than to frown. Less muscles get used. And think about it, when you age, a smile mark is, I think, better than a frown one. What do you think? Anybody here thinking about aging, thinking about how they will look? And success strategy number 5. Remind yourself daily on how amazing you are. Not only affirmations. Affirmations are very good, right? But when I say this, what I mean is maintain a diary, and that's the small diary I've made at the bottom, right? I call it my amazing diary, or my awesomeness diary. It also translates to MAD, because whenever you think that you're really good, guess what the people say? I've had people tell me, अपने आप को बहुत समझती है. That's not the truth. but they don't know it. The reason they're thinking that is because I'm maintaining a diary and I'm writing down whenever somebody says something nice about me. Trust me, your mind is recording every time somebody says something nasty about you. Yes or no? So that recorder is very accurate. In fact, it will enlarge what people have said about you. But human technology, somehow, when people say something nice about you, it just gets wiped out. And that's why you need to have a strategy. You need to deliberately write down what people are saying that's nice about you. There are people who are saying things nice about you, right? So if you write it down and you remind yourself daily, I think you'll get that smile on your face. And if you keep with a tribe of believers, you will have something to add to your diary. And with that, lunch is open. And I hope you have a great lunch. Thank you.
So, Napo.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to India's first corporate news channel. We invite interviews, articles, press releases from your organization. Visit our portal www.indianconventions.com. Thank you.